We had a very good workshop, to be honest. So we decided as a faculty that we would bring all the PGT programs together. So not do it at school level, but at faculty level, because we have quite a wide variety of programs. So having the workshop was for us the opportunity to kickstart our process of implementing the new structure of the academic year, also the new assessment strategy and program simplification. I think the workshop has helped us, and all the processes will help us to become more efficient and also to look at our curriculum with fresh eyes. Some areas we may over-assess. We have maybe too many assessments, so this gives us a good opportunity to think about, do we need all those assessments, or can we reduce as well? And to think a little bit differently about assessments. Do we still need a lot of exams, or can we do some other ways of assessing the students? What I spotted for my own program is that we have a lot of formative tasks and opportunities, but we need probably a few more formative assessments so that we are really clear that we prepare the students for the assessment that comes later. We looked at our program and we had a long piece of paper where we could plot our program, plot all the assessments, and then later in the afternoon we would look again at the program and see where we could make changes to the assessments. And I thought that was very effective, capturing the status as it is now and then moving to, let's say, what could you do differently? And having that as visually is quite important, isn't it? Because there's always somewhere in the head, but in your head, but you know, see it on paper makes it actually more obvious, I guess. We had one session in the workshop which I found really quite interesting, because we were asked first in smaller groups to think about, if you think about the curriculum development and the different houses we look at here at Bristol, we were asked to pick one of the houses and then to think about an assessment or something you could develop in your teaching and assess, which would focus on that specific house. So we worked in small groups, we got some ideas. Then we were put together in two larger groups where we pitched the ideas to each other. And then each group came up with a final idea that they wanted to present to the whole group. So the proposal that was the winner was around writing a grant proposal in groups of students who would start writing a grant proposal over a longer period of time. And they would also develop the criteria, how it would be assessed, and they would in the end have a panel who would assess all the grant proposals. So they would really mimic the way in research you apply for grants and for funding from the start to the finish. And I thought that was really interesting, because you could slot in individual assessments, but you could also do some assessments of the group work as well. And then the other group came up with letting the students set up a virtual conference. So looking for good speakers, bringing up a program. So also something quite authentic, isn't it? Which gave them other skills and other ways of, you know, working together. So I was amazed in such a short period of time. Two brilliant ideas which you basically could immediately implement.